Parham, Minnesota. Parham is home to Hammers Construction. Joe, you're a third-generation builder.
Yep, that's right. My grandpa started the company back in 1956. My dad and uncle are involved with the Minnesota office here, and they had two brothers that went out to Colorado Springs, and they have an office out there doing the same thing that we do.
What are some of the buildings that you built? What are they used for?
There is a lot of agricultural. Most of our business here is commercial. There's a lot of manufacturing here, a lot of food processing, which leads to warehouse work. Just in our little town, we make pet food. We make potato chips. We make licorice. We make chocolate products. We make cheese and whey protein that's shipped all over the world.
Tell us about a couple of the projects we're going to go and look at today.
Well, we're going to look at a Nutheads chocolate factory that we built last summer. We had basically 8 weeks to build it. Our customer had sold a big book of business to one of their customers, and they had to produce by a certain date or they weren't going to get the contract. Well, Metallic gave us a great lead time. That building, it was a complexity 10. It should have been a 12-week lead time. We got it, and I think it was about 8 weeks. And we received the building on a Friday and went right to work, erected over the weekend. By the following Wednesday, we were putting roof decking on. Thursday, we had precast tilt-up walls going up. 2 weeks after we got it, the building was completely enclosed with rubber roof going on and underground plumbing going in underneath. We had 8 weeks, and we actually got the owner to start bringing equipment in 1 week ahead of schedule. The second one is a warehouse for Tuffy's Pet Foods. That was 76,000 square feet. It was skewed. It was about a complexity 12, if I remember. There was only one wall that had a 90-degree corner in it. It was just the oddest shape. It had a rubberized connecting link that was also skewed. In that building, we had to deliver in 12 weeks to the customer. That included foundations. And so we got a really good delivery date from Metallic. I think it was about 8 weeks.
As you look at some of the pictures in your office, there's some great pictures of buildings, all different applications, but they don't necessarily look like steel buildings. You've got a lot of stone facade, you've used wood in many of them. Is that something that you're finding that your clients are coming to you and saying, I want to use a pre-engineered steel building, but I don't want it to look like a steel box?
Right, usually they don't know what method of construction that they want. We suggest to them a metal building would fit their application, and they might have the persona that a metal building looks like an old machine shed on somebody's farm.
Exactly.
And so we have to kind of educate the customer that you can have stucco and brick on the exterior, you can have a flat roof, you can have parapets, canopies, wood siding, you name it. I mean, the options are endless.
You did your first LongBay project, was it last year?
Yep.
How did that go?
It went well. Like you said, it was our first one. We heard that they go together a lot faster than conventional metal buildings, and it proved to be right. It went together extremely well. It did prove to be much faster than a traditional metal building. With the bay spacings, on our project we had 45-foot bays. The building was 100 feet wide, so we had a center column at 50 feet. And I think it was about 22,000 square feet, and we had the whole thing up in 4 to 5 working days.
What's Kurt's role in this?
Well, Kurt's pretty good. He understands our customers' demands because he's local and he knows our customers. The next step further is getting the inside sales and the engineers to understand our plight. And they've been really good. I mean, they know that when we ask for something in a short period of time, it's because we absolutely need it.
Kurt, before you were a district manager, you used to work for Hammers.
Yeah, I went to school to be an architect, and then in 1977 I came and started working for Joe's grandpa about Hammers. So I went doing their architectural design and went into estimating and job costing.
When I look at some of the work that Hammers is doing, these don't necessarily look like your traditional metal buildings. They're
that's the beauty of metal buildings is the design-build relationship you work out with the builder. Most of my builders are design-build contractors. They like to do something just, thinking outside of the box, do something nice. You get the customer to what they want, in the space they want, but then you can dress up the outside to make it look really nice. And Hammers do just an excellent job of doing that.
Hammers did their first LongBay project last year. LongBay is a great application for this area with manufacturing and warehousing.
It really is, and I wish we could sell more of them. I was talking to Joe about LongBay, like I talked to other builders about them, is just try it. You've got a 65 5-foot spans, hardly any bridging in the projects. It goes up fast. I've got some builders that have done it that will actually put up a LongBay for less money than they'll put up a purlin building. Told Joe, trust me that you're going to like this and you're going to make up some of the time that we need, because with Nutheads, they had such a tight schedule. And I even got a call on Sunday afternoon, and you're thinking, oh man, what's that? Is there something or problem? And his message was, Kurt, you're right, this thing goes up really well. And again, I think they put the building up in something like 5 days. It was just nuts, and they really liked it. And with LongBay too, it's so nice that they can do things with it too. You can make a regular metal building with a standing seam roof on it, or like Nutheads, what they did is a precast building and then it has a rubber membrane roof on it. Or you can do precast buildings with standing seam roofs or insulated panel roof. There's so many applications we can look at. It's a really cool product.
Well, Joe, I want to thank you very much for the site visits. Nice work.
Yeah.
Keep up the great job. And I'm going to go and see some of these great sites of Parham now.
Sounds good. Thanks for coming.